Home of Rock and Roll 94 HJY. Well, Martha Stewart was on the Dr. Oz show. You know, Dr. Oz, that big shyster. She was on with him. And he was asking her the other day how she stays so young. And I guess she says she...
I didn't know she was still alive.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you know, and you look at her and it's, well, for one thing, they use a lot of gauze over the lens of every camera. They, like, put Vaseline on the lens to make her, you know, get all the wrinkles out of her face.
Yeah.
But she says she drinks green juice every day and she stays physically active. And in fact, so much so that she's like a big hornbag, from what I understand.
On the next Martha Stewart Living,
we have with us today Ray Mongenis, and he's brought his amazing tool.
Martha likes Ray's tool.
It's called Wood. Look how nice and straight, hence the name Wood. And this grows, 6 inches. That's a great one. You don't want any leakage?
I don't want leakage, exactly.
No leakage.
It's hard to the touch.
Yeah.
It's perfectly straight.
Right.
And if any little seepage has occurred, grab him by the head like this. Oh, perfect. And the big question is always, when are you finished?
When's Martha finished with Ray's tool?
And to finish this off, you can do one more thing, though. Oh, it's very steamy hot. Nice and creamy and a little bit sticky. But that's the whole idea of a hot liquid. Starts to thicken up really fast. Tastes like the real thing.
Next Martha Stewart Living.
With a screw. It's a good thing.
Sounds like a gal who's been in prison.
Well, watch it, pervert!
On 94 HJY. 94 HJY presents the news that Jen missed.
Yes, you missed these stories.
I am shocked.
Yeah, 4 of them this time.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Scientists say, this is creepy, scientists say that spiders could theoretically devour every human on Earth in a year.
Ugh.
So what do you guys want to do tonight, given the fact that none of us is going to go to sleep now?
I don't sleep naked because I don't want spiders crawling up my butt. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Now you know. Not that crazy.
They'll eat through your PJs.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Samsung held a news conference where they showed off the successor to the Galaxy Note 7. There were no survivors.
Oh.
Giant gold coin worth $4.5 million has been stolen from a Berlin museum. Authorities are only mildly concerned because it's not Tom Brady's Super Bowl jersey. And an Ontario woman was arrested for stealing male enhancement supplements. Jen, you talked about this yesterday. Reached for comment. Her husband said, I've never met that woman in my life.
Cole and Al. Mornings on 94 HJY.
Decent Stump the DJ session yesterday. Here are some of the highlights for you. My friend says he has the body of a Greek god. I had explained to him that Buddha wasn't Greek. And Ryan writes, a porn star once told me that she gets $18,000 for anal. Boy, I felt bad for my wife. She doesn't even get a warning. Wills writes, hey, I met 2 guys wearing matching clothing, so I asked them if they were gay. They promptly arrested me. Donald writes, so what's the only car in the world that'll do 70 miles an hour in reverse? A rental. Why would you do that to your own car?
Teacher's class comes in from recess. So the teacher says to the class, all right, class, I want to know what you did at recess. So Billy raises his hand, and the teacher says, okay, Billy, what did you do at recess? So Billy says, I played in the sandbox. She says, very good. If you can come up and spell sand on the blackboard, I'll give you a fresh-baked cookie. So he goes up and he spells sand, no problem. Gets his cookie, sits down. She goes, okay, anybody else? She goes, okay, Sally. Sally raises her hand. She goes, okay, Sally, what did you do at recess? She says, I played with Billy in the sandbox. She says, very good. If you can come up and spell box on the blackboard, I'll give you a fresh-baked cookie. So Sally goes up, spells box, no problem, gets her cookie, sits down. She goes, okay, anyone else? So Ahmed is raising his hand saying, oh. So the teacher says, okay, Ahmed, what did you do at recess? He says, I tried to play with Billy and Sally in the sandbox, but they threw rocks at me. She said they did. Well, that's blatant racial discrimination.
Yeah, and if you can come up here to the blackboard and spell blatant racial discrimination, you can get a cookie.
Yeah.
That's one of our favorites. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, bye.
HJY, hi.
What's the difference between an American girl and an Iraqi girl?
American girl and an Iraqi girl, I'm sure there's lots of differences, but you tell us what yours is.
American Girl gets stoned before they commit adultery.
Oh, classic. Good one.
94 HJY, hello, Stump the DJ.
My wife said to me the other day, babe, how can I make my boob get bigger? And I said, babe, every morning wake up and rub toilet paper on them. And she goes, what the hell's that going to do for
Well,
us?
it worked on your ass, didn't it?
Yeah.
Stump the DJ.
Did you happen to hear that Oscar-winning actress Reese What's-Her-Face was attacked over the weekend?
With a spoon? With a spoon?
No, with a knife!
Well, it's time for the winning joke on Stump the DJ, and it comes to us from Rick, who writes, son goes to his dad and says, Dad, what's an alcoholic? Dad says, well, son, you see those 4 trees? An alcoholic would see 8 trees. Son says, Dad, there's only 2 trees.
Paul and Al, mornings on 94 HJY.
Hey, thanks. 94 HAY. It's brought to you by our friends at Dunkin' Donuts. Monday morning on the Paul and Al Show, we started up again one last week's worth of tickets for you to see Ann Wilson of Heart at the Park Theater in Cranston. She's going to be there this coming Friday night. So tune in Monday morning with us, Paul and Al, at 94 HJY.
94 HJY. Seems like fence climbing is like the news story of the week. We've got literally the stupid photo of the day. If you go to the Paul and Al page at 94HAY.com, this is absolutely hysterical. Guy was trying to break into an elementary school in Tucson, Arizona before it opened. Well, he saw somebody else on the grounds. He got scared. He ran. He tried to climb the fence to get away. One big problem. His pants were too baggy, and they snagged on the spikes on the top of the fence. He found himself completely trapped, dangling upside down, pants around his ankles. And, of course, a few people drove by, took pictures right away, went all over the Internet. Fortunately for him, it looks like he was wearing some pretty thick white boxers, so they did a good job of kind of covering up his junk while he was hanging there. But literally, the police showed up. They had to cut him loose, and then they arrested him. So see the photo on the Paul and Al Facebook page, and also the Paul and Al page at 94HAY.com. It's absolutely hysterical. And then there was another fence climber. Jimmy Fallon talked about her.
This was kind of scary. A woman was arrested yesterday morning for trying to scale a White House fence for the second time in a week. The Secret Service said, "We wish you were living here too, Mrs. Clinton, but you can't keep."
Paul and Al, mornings on 94 HJY.
18% of people only wash their jeans when they get a stain. 15% only wash their towels when they get around to it. And 21% of people rarely wash their sheets.
Wow. These are the same people who complain, though, if it's dirty at a hotel, right?
Oh, of course. But still, I mean, the jeans I can see because I've seen many reports on, like, you don't have to wash your jeans.
I'm sorry. I don't know what other people are doing in their jeans, but I fart up a storm. I'm not washing my jeans.
You don't have that charcoal layered underwear to absorb the... No. The sheets thing is the thing that kills me.
How often do you change your sheets?
Every week.
Yeah.
Every week.
A week, right.
Every week. We do the whole house. Everybody gets their sheets washed, throw it in the washing machine, and you know.
Yeah, a week is a good number on that.
Have you ever stayed at somebody's house and you went to go, like, after a shower, you use a towel, and the towel stinks?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
You're like, dude, when was the last time you washed this thing?
Or like there's mold, like a mold or something in it.
Like, it's one thing if you're using it every day. You knew I was coming. Can I get a new one? Can I get one out of the washer dryer, please?
Oh, I don't tell anybody I'm coming, because if I gave them a head start, they'd say no.
Put out the smelly sheets and towels.
Here I am.
Paul and Al, mornings on 94 HJY.
Hey, thanks for listening to the best of Paul and Al here at 94 HAY. It's brought to you by our friends at Dunkin' Donuts. Monday morning on the Paul and Al Show, we started up again one last week's worth of tickets for you to see Ann Wilson of Heart at the Park Theater in Cranston. She's going to be there this coming Friday night. So tune in Monday morning with us, Paul and Al, at 94 HAY. I've had trouble sleeping at night. You know, I'd constantly wake up, toss and turn, and then I feel tired the next day. I tried everything, sleeping pills, an entire bottle of bourbon. Nothing seemed to work. Nothing, that is, until I discovered My Sledgehammer. My Sledgehammer works without drugs and without their harmful side effects. I simply take My Sledgehammer and hit myself over the head with it. In moments, I'm ready for a long night's sleep. Sometimes, if I've had a particularly stressful day, I might take 2 swings of my sledgehammer. That usually does the trick.
My Sledgehammer. Available at all Lowe's and Home Depots.
Bang, bang, my sledgehammer will come down on your head. Bang, bang, just 2 shots or else you just might be dead.
Paul and Al, mornings on 94 HJY.
Well, my life's changed a little bit over the years, you know. Looking here at the HJY concert listing brought to you by McDonald's.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. At the Zyterion, The Cult is coming. Great band. They're going to be there May 9th.
That's good.
George Thorogood is coming to the Zyterion in New Beige. Also,
show,
George Thorogood. Great. So what am I going to see this Friday at the Zyterion Theater? Yes.
One of those 2, I would imagine, right?
No, actually, there's a third choice. Jim Short's glad you asked. It's the Popovich Comedy Pet Theater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to see.
That rocks.
Yeah, it's a dude from Russia who has adopted a lot of animals, rescued a lot of animals, and trained them to do tricks.
I think Donald Trump is going to be there.
Yeah?
Loves those Russian acts.
So, yeah, that's where...
Thing,
You're still living the old rock and roll lifestyle, huh?
I
Sex,
am.
drugs, and rock and roll.
I am.
And pups.
The Wiggles weren't in town, Al?
Apparently not. And, boy, I hope the bar...
They've been arrested, I believe.
I hope the bar is open at the Zyterion. That's all I can say.
Paul and Al, mornings on 94 HJY.
Tonight on Hollywood Extra, we're talking the Matrix reboot with Keanu Reeves. 18 years after the original, Keanu finally explains what the Matrix was really all about.
In the first one, he, but like, you know,
The Matrix reboot. The next installment in a series of films that Keanu Reeves still doesn't understand after 18 years.
But I just think the end of the first one.
Before you hit the pillow tonight, pray that your kids don't turn out like these clowns.
They are idiots at this age.
The best of Paul and Al on 94 HJY.
Hey, so Star Wars Rogue One was out in the movie theaters, now going to be out on Blu-ray April 4th for Star Wars nerds like myself and Kevin. You know, I already pre-ordered it because I can't possibly wait. Now, there's one official way for you to know whether you're a Star Wars geek or not. Here's how to tell.
If you get visibly aroused when you hear this, the
Force will be with you.
or this,
Help you again.
You are a geek. If you're dressed like Chewbacca right now, you are a geek. If you somehow found a way to buy tickets to an advanced screening of Rogue One back in December of 2014,
I did.
Mom, I got him. Geek. So enjoy the movie, geek, and may the Force and virginity be with you.
Always use the Force. Yes. Paul and Al, mornings on 94 HJY.
Monday morning on the Paul and Al Show, we started up again one last week's worth of tickets for you to see Ann Wilson of Heart at the Park Theater in Cranston. She's going to be there this coming Friday night. So tune in Monday morning with us, Paul and Al, at 94 HJY.
Metal lives here with the Metal Zone. Tonight at midnight, get 3 full hours of ear-splitting, head-banging heavy metal with Scarpetti. The longest-running metal show in the universe is on your home of rock and roll. 94 HJY.
The possible ways a man can ruin the mood after sex. There's one thing that is most certainly topping the list. They found that the thing women hate the most is when men brag about their performance afterward and make the women's climax all about them. The study also found that the top reason women fake it in bed is to try to protect the guy's ego and self-esteem and or to wrap it up. Like,
How about those of us who apologize? Is that on the list at all?
Apologizing and weeping are also in the top 10.
Yeah, the number one thing I brag about is how good I look with the bag on my head.
Paul and Al
Most folks just don't seem to have a taste for testicles no more.
on 94 HJY.